Today we will look into world distribution of the population, and we will see that how unevenly population of the world is distributed. First of all, we will took North as well as South America. This entire area accounts for approximately 30% of the world area, and it only accounts for 14% of the population of the world. For geographical point of view, we took Greenland, that is part of Denmark in North America, but if we see politically, then it is part of Europe. Second, we will talk about Asia. Asia is the most densely populated region of the world, and Asia accounts for 23% of the area of the world and nearly 59 to 60% of the population of the world. For population point of view, we don't took Russia in Asia because this is very much part of Europe. But if we see geographically, it is part of Asia only. This 23% area doesn't include Russia in it, and so we having 23% of area as well as 60% of the population in Asia, because it include the most populated countries, that is China, India as well as Indonesia in it. That's why it is most densely populated area in the world. Third one is Africa, and Africa accounts for 20% of the area of the world, but it only accounts 13% of the population of the world. And then we will talk about Europe. Europe is very small continent, and Europe accounts for only 4% of the area of the world, but it accounts for 8% of the population of the world. So it is also densely populated continent. And if we talk about Antarctica, there is no permanent population over there, only some research stations are there. Now if we talk about Oceania, that includes Australia as well as New Zealand, it accounts for 6% of the area of the world, but only accounts for 0.5% of the population of the world. That is very sparsely populated area. Now we will look into pattern of this population distribution. There are some primary concentration in the world that accounts for 70% of the world population. It includes three main areas, that is South and Southeast Asia. Second is the eastern part of the North America. Third one is the northern as well as northwestern Europe. These all three areas are known as primary concentration of the population because it accounts for more than 70% of the population of the world. Second comes secondary concentration of the population. Secondary concentration of the population includes areas like eastern Brazil as well as Plate Estuary, and the population that lives along Nile River in the Egypt, and southeastern part of the Australia, where the capital of the Australia and the major cities are over here, from the eastern side of the Great Dividing Range, especially in the southeastern part. These are the places that is known as the secondary concentration. It also can be seen that most of the population lives in the northern hemisphere, that is 90% of the world population lives in the northern hemisphere because they are having most of the land area, and the southern hemisphere is mostly the oceanic part dominates over there. If we can see that the two-thirds of the world population lives in between the 20-degree north latitude to 60-degree north latitude area, and we can see that 90% of the world population lives in less than 20% of the area of the world, and rest of the part is empty. So we can see that the population of the world is concentrated at certain pockets and rest of the part is left vacant. And we also can see that the people tend to live along the peripheral area of the continents. That's means they try to live near the coast, and we can see that 80% of the world population lives below 500 meter of altitude, and most of the जो population है that lives up to 500 kilometer of the distance from the coast. Means the inner part of the continents are sparsely populated as compared to the coastal area that is densely populated. So we can see that the distribution of the population is not even, it is very likely unevenly distributed.